kind of the neighborhood that we're in here in San Clemente. It's kind of a little coastal city by the sea. Everyone surfs, everyone's in and out of the water, in and off and on the beach all day. So in the neighborhood that we're at, it's kind of pretty tight lot. So the concept was to essentially use the entire lot. So from wall to wall of the lot, how do we make that feel like one room? Not having it broken up into different rooms throughout the space, but rather like the boundary walls are essentially your room walls. So the concept of just living on a deck, having that complete blurred threshold of what is indoors, what is outdoors. Obviously, one of the challenges is not creating and not just pancaking your building, not just creating layer upon layer and then having dark spaces in the interior. We just brought the courtyard in, and the courtyard just acts as a natural lung. The idea that every day you got a breeze coming off the ocean, so ocean air coming, circulating through the house and coming up through the courtyard was really just kind of a really fun feature that we wanted to add in. When we speak to clients after them living in the house, is just they act surprised that, oh, when you just open this window and this window that's ventilated and we never have to turn on AC, which is we're kind of like, oh, what a surprise. You've got certain breezes. You've got a land breeze, you've got an ocean breeze. What time of the day do those go about? Like, how do you capture that with windows? How do you capture that with, just sliding certain facades open and closing them? Like, how can you better utilize that to make it a good environment for living in? Although the house might not look what you would say, hey, this is a sustainable house and this is a house that focuses on key principles of what passive design is, it 100% is. So their master bedroom, the materials that we brought, super natural. We wanted to give that kind of spa feel. They're escaping, they're down here at the ocean. You got your two big windows on either side, so really you're just seeing blue sky on either side of that bathroom, and then you've got that natural palette that just hopefully relaxes you, calms you down, and just makes you feel like you're at a beach retreat away in your own home. When you have clients that are happy at the end of it all, at the end of the day, when the clients are stoked and they love having their family there, they like, the kids are stoked, and I think like coming over and just seeing all the kids in the spaces, I don't think there's anything more rewarding than that. You kind of you get blown away. I'm not meant to be getting emotional, but it is, it's super, it's almost intoxicating as well, because you see people experiencing the space that you've sat in your head so long thinking about, and you're kind of like, oh wow, the grandkids are all running around the space, like there they are. And you can throw that in renderings and you can throw that in drawings, but when you see it actually in real life, it's crazy. It's a crazy thing to see, because you sculpt the way people live, and it's such a responsibility. I don't know why I'm getting emotional. One of the things that we love about this house is, you kind of come up this entrance, and we don't give too much away. It's pretty unobtrusive. You've got kind of the garages, and you've got something really special within the entry, and that's kind of those big fins that create that dynamic light. So you got the shadowing, you got the stark light, and just kind of that sharp contrast of light and dark, and the shadowing that kind of as you come in, but you're kind of still looking at a textured wood wall with a light feature, and it kind of doesn't give much away. You know that there's an ocean here because you're in the coast, you're on the coast, but you haven't really seen anything of it yet. And then kind of as you come in that front door, you look down the hallway and you're kind of just blown away by the view. So kind of that's your first introduction to the ocean. contemporary architecture is people think that the lack of detail is simple. It's simple to do. It's not the lack of detail or removing the detail, it's the refinement of details. So the refinement of detail involves knowing the detail, it involves knowing how everything fits together, it involves knowing the tolerances so that you really can push the limits to everything. And really it's that refinement of the detailing that is essentially what gives it that little extra.